Hey everybody, it's Scott Curcio from Baird & Warner Real Estate. It's Monday Market Minute time. It's the last Monday in June, and I'm going to need everybody to just exhale a little bit. It's been a stressful couple weeks with these interest rates, and that is what we are talking about today, because you know that they've continued to go up. And last week the Fed pretty much came out and said we're going to keep raising them until housing slows down, and we're already seeing that impact. I want to remind you guys that when you're looking at housing data, remember it's always going backwards a little bit. So what's happening on the ground today in June is not reflected in June's closings, because June's closings contracted in April or May or maybe even March. So real time, we're definitely seeing that slow down. But today I want to talk about interest rates, right? We're sitting right close to that 6% mark right now. But I want to give you some data. So I went back through Freddie Mac's report of every weekly interest rate dating back to April of 1971. That's right, 50 years of interest rate data for you today. You want to know what the average interest rate has been over the last 50 years? 7.8%. Pause for effect, everybody. We have gotten really spoiled this last decade seeing 3s and 4s. Literally, this is me going through and writing them all down, right? The year I was born, 1977, the rates were averaging at 8.85%. I bought my first condo in 2003. My rate was 5.875, which is right about the average that year. And I was excited it wasn't 6. I was so happy. So we've got to get ourselves back to that part. So for a buyer, this may just be the new normal. And if you want to invest in yourself and invest, in a property that you can eventually sell and get some money back versus renting where you don't get anything back, that's a choice you'll have to make, right? Would I rather, is it cheaper to rent? And it might be for some people, right? It's not a bad thing if you rent. I'm just here to give you the information, y'all. The other part that I want to point out, and this is very much talking to our sellers as we move through the end of the year, rates are going to impact you if you're selling a house this year, and why? Let's give a couple examples. If an interest rate on if I am putting 10% down on a $350,000 house and the rate goes up a point, it's going to cost me roughly $200 more a month. If that house is $500,000, it's going to cost me $289 a month. And if that house is $750,000, it's going to cost me $433 a month. You all can do math. That's several $1,000s a year, or like I like to say, a vacation or two. So people are going to be more mindful, and you know how they're going to pull that back? They're going to pull back that pricing a little bit. It's what we talked about a little bit in my April predictions. I think that's what's to come. This is also part of a normal flow. Keep that number in mind, 7.8%. That is the average over the last 50 years. I should say that's through 2021. The average interest rate in America for 30-year fixed mortgages. It's not as bad as we think, but it is certainly a growing pain. Good luck out there. Direct message me with any questions or real estate needs you have, and stay tuned for my Instagram live series that we're going to be launching called Cocktails with Curcio in July to address this constantly shifting market. We'll see you soon.